Hello everybody. This video is the result of a lot of preparation. In fact, this video is also the result of a lot of frustration, so it may be a teensy bit long, but it should be entertaining. Now, I don't usually angst a lot over what I'm going to say in a video. It usually just comes out. Girl's got a mouth. But this time, I had to write it all down, honey. So this is a letter, okay? This is going to be a letter to all the people who question me and the people I let in my life. Now, we all have those people who are like, why are you friends with so-and-so? But I have quite often, and lately, why are you friends with so many gay people? Why are you friends with so many emo people? And then, from the flip side, why are you friends with that, good, uppy Christian girl? And honestly, I try to give like a pithy answer because really it's not worth my time to explain it. But, in the back of my mind, I always had like an idea of how I wanted to respond, Ruin. So I wrote it out loud. Now, this is that letter. Okay. Dear people who ask me that stupid question, and sorry if my camera gets crazy because it's going to be. Alright, what it comes down to is it's all about me, really, and the person I perceive myself to be. Okay, and that is a very delicious statement for me to make, I know, but let's go to the letter. I'm not the biggest fan or believer in organized religion, but I do have faith that the world works in a certain rhythm, and one of my strongest beliefs is that when you put out what you put out into the world allows for the opportunity that you get some of that back. I'm very practical that way. I put it out, I expect it back. That's it. Now, I have several aspects to myself, like anyone else, and the people I encourage to stay in my life are no different. I'm not friends with them because of one specific reason. Actually, if I had to sum it up into one, I guess I could say that I know myself and so do my friends. Just like they know themselves and I know them as well. Okay? There are so many things in the world that people tend to shy away from for one reason or another. And I've always had very little tolerance for people that could just dismiss something without giving it a chance. I am a big mouth, I am sassy, I am voluptuous, I am a diva. But you know what? I'm also sweet, I am shy sometimes, and I can be caring, bordering on motherly. Looking at you, Isaiah. Even that doesn't let you know any more about me than what you assume those words mean, okay? That's just a list of stats, and I'm not just a list of stats. You can type out on a sheet and post on the wall. I'm all those things that I just said, and I am more, and I'm all that on a consistently revolving basis, okay? If I'm friends with you, then you will get all those parts from me because you have felt comfortable enough with yourself to grant me the same courtesy, okay? And, I tried to narrow my thoughts on this down so many times, and that's what I literally just wrote in this thing. And it still just can't quite formulate, and contrary to popular belief, as I've said, I'm not just friends with people who live outside the social norm. I have friends and family that fit pretty comfortably in it. It's not something I take into consideration, when I meet someone I want to be closer to. It's not their fault that society has graced them with acceptance. The way I look at it, societal standards are fickle and they change on a whim. They're not something anybody can really afford to base a relationship off of. And that is true talk, so listen well. I can't even say that everyone I'm friends with are really good people at heart, and that probably sounds really bad. I can't say that they're all really good people at heart and, they all have it in common and that's why we're friends. I think it's a very sugarcoating way of saying it. And, you know, while I personally believe that my friends and family are good people, that isn't a good description of them. And it's really not a complete one. Because I and my friends and my family are also awful people. And I'm saying that, I've said me too. I'm not just putting it on everybody else. I am an awful person. As I said before, you get it on a revolving basis. I believe people are both perfectly evil and great. And that's the only perfection that anyone will ever achieve. As many times as it's probably been said before, a person's actions determine the person. And for me, they only determine who you are in that specific situation. You know, like, that's a person who will always step in to help a person across the street. Or that's a person who will always explode in anger before they have a rational reaction to a situation. You know, being awful and being good are not mutually exclusive. Okay, I think I won't ever be able to say why I'm friends with the people I'm friends with. There are too many parts of the puzzle and the picture is always changing. I guess I could say the simple reason will always be that I'm friends with people who are confident to be themselves, or at least know themselves, and that's already more complicated than a lot of people can deal with, you know, or understand, as the case may be. I promise we're coming up to the end of it. I suppose I should wrap this up in some way. Honestly, all I can think to say is don't ask me why I'm friends with someone and then state your confusion is based on one aspect of that person. Just ask yourself if you've lost a chance at having a great friendship because of the way you look at people. If the answer is yes, don't worry, you'll be fine because you've already admitted it. It's the first step. You have the chance to fix it. If the answer is no, I can't believe I wrote this, you'll probably be fine as well. You can't miss what you never had. That was a little mean. All I ask is that those people try to control any resulting actions that might bring harm to somebody else. Okay, I said actions. You can have your own feelings, but once you put that negativity out into the world, that's on you. Okay. Enough preaching. I put that in there too. Be good to yourselves and try to be good to someone else. We could all afford to pay it forward. That was a lovely letter, I think. I'm done. I hope that wasn't too weird for you guys. I could have memorized all that, but honestly, that was a lot, so I had to write it down. I hope you understood parts of what I said. If I offended you, I'm sorry. Have somebody hug you, and that's all I can say. These are my words, these are my feelings, and this is my answer to the question. Please don't ask me again. Alright. Okay, guys, I love you, or have very fond feelings for you, you know, take your pick. And I will see you all next Friday. And please leave me a message about something you would like me to preach about, or talk about, or do. But if you ask me to do something, then, you know, keep it manageable. Alright, bye. Always looking for the record button.